Parent involvement has changed a lot over time. When education started, parents were the ones to educate their child. But according to Dr. Watson and his co-writers, when people started immigrating to America, the highly educated people started to think that parents were not smart enough, and public schools started to form. Dr. Watson continued to write about how parents felt detached, so they started the National Congress of Mothers in 1897, which was the forerunner of PTA, and made sure parents were involved. In 1945, parents were starting to have conferences with teachers and becoming a lot more involved. Over time, we see parents being involved and others not. It all depends on the school and who the parents are. We're going to take a deeper look into the people involved in this. The people involved would be parents, teachers, and administration. Administration is involved with parents all the time, and is a lot of times the ones that need to solve a problem. Matthew Lynch of Huffington Post says that administrators need to work with everyone in the school to create the best atmosphere for parents. Part of the school is teachers. All being future teachers, I like to think we are all going to invite our parents to be involved, because that is part of our job, but who knows? Not all teachers do though, and a big part of parent involvement, I believe, is inviting parents to be involved. Now that does not mean all parents will be involved, and some might be involved too much. There's always a reason, and we are going to take a deeper look into these different types of parents.
Parental involvement is an extremely controversial topic with a variety of different views. Here, I will be focusing on views regarding high levels of parental involvement.
High levels of parental involvement means home life and academic life are not separate. Parents strive to be as involved as possible in their child's education. This includes checking in on their progress, expressing concerns to administration whenever needed, or in my opinion, sometimes more than needed. These teachers can be found running for school board or in charge of bake sales and PTA meetings. These parents want to be a part of their child's education by being hands-on. According to Robert Krosno, by forging ties between home and school, parents can create positive adolescent adjustment. According to research gathered by Boy and Rush, there was a strong correlation between parents who were involved and placed educational expectations on their children and attendance at four-year colleges. This can positively affect kids because they know their expectations and they may have resources, such as support, to attend four-year colleges, but this could also cause stress for kids at a very young age. I read Megan Sternick's blog for Edmentum, and she explains that there is a long list of benefits when parents are involved in their child's education. One of those benefits included that fewer disciplinary actions were taken against students, such as detention and suspension, when parents are involved. High level of parental involvement correlates with better behavior. I grew up with parents who were active and hands-on when it came to my education. This benefited me immensely because I was pushed academically at home and at school. Although my parents were involved though, they were not overly involved, which could become a hassle for students, teachers, and administration. I believe parents should place one foot in and one foot out when it comes to their students' education.
With a variety of views of how involved parents should be in their child's academic lives, I believe we should view the side where parents have slim to no involvement in their academic career. No involvement means that parents do not go above and beyond in the classroom and do not provide help with homework. This does not mean that the parent does not care about the child's academic lives, yet believe that they should be separate from their home life. Why parents may be resisting in the classroom is because, as we've talked about in 204, parents have ghosts that haunt them from coming back into the classroom. In our class text by Burden and Bird, they explain how some people view teachers as experts, so they don't want to interfere. Parents could be intimidated by the school or just cultural differences in general. A New York Times article by Keith Robinson and Angel Harris states, after comparing the average achievement of children whose parents regularly engage in each form of parental involvement to that of their counterparts whose parents do not, we found out that most forms of parental involvement yielded no benefit to help children's test scores or grades, regardless of the racial or ethnic background or socioeconomic standings. This study should give relaxation to working parents that are unable to help their child after school or volunteer for their classroom. I interviewed my little sister Morgan, a high school sophomore, about how she believes parents should be involved, and she states that by middle school, parents should leave the academics to the students. My friends that have the best grades out of my friend group are the kids that their parents do not check in on how they're doing in school. Morgan wishes our mom was a little bit more hands-off as well with her academics.
We looked at two types of parents, but I believe most parents will fall in the middle of those. Most, if not all, parents care about their child and want the best for them. Even Frank, for all you Shameless watchers. Because they care about their child, they may have to work multiple jobs, could be a single parent, may have different views on education, and the list can go on. If you have a student from another country, they may have different practices. The book Educating English Language Learners in an Inclusive Environment mentions how in some Spanish cultures it is rude to reach out to the teacher because that is their job. It's important to remember everyone treats the situation different. I believe as a teacher though, it's important to reach out to parents because any parent involvement starts with you. If you're having troubles with what to do, you can reach out to administration for help. As I said though, I believe parents being involved will help the child. PBS's The Parent-Teacher Partnership article mentions that a teacher is one of the top figures in a child's life, and when their parent works well with the teacher, it will show the student to do the same, and their studies show students perform better when parents are involved.
Kids are impacted no matter how little or how much the parent is involved in their schooling. With all the different perspectives, unfortunately, there's no magic number on how many hours a parent should put into their child's academic life. But when a child has slim to no involvement from their parents, some teachers worry that they will fall behind compared to their peers due to the lack of outside resources and guidance.
The current situation is different for every school and every student. No matter what the situation is going to come down to the relationship between the school, the parent, and the child. In our future classrooms, we are going to have to do our best to encourage the right amount of parent involvement for each child. Children's trends show that when parents are involved, the child is more likely to have better behavioral problems and graduate high school. Everything we do, though, is for the child, and it is important to realize that every student and every family is different, and it is our job to do what is best for the child.
Conclusion. As you can see, there is no correct answer when it comes to how much parents should be involved in their child's education. Each student within the district comes from a different background, and with that will bring a variety of parents into the mix. All in all, this issue will be ongoing and will still be debatable in the future.